Today, I am so excited to talk to you about the headlines that we've got. We've got everything from new news coming out of Alaska. We've got a huge itinerary change, news coming out of Italy, and MSC is truly charting a new course, and I'm going to tell you all about it. So let's go ahead and get started. Hi there, this is Allison with Let's Go Travel Tips. Today is Wednesday. It is April 9th of 2025, and if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, will you please go ahead and click on that subscribe button, and if you appreciate my updates, please give this video a thumbs up. I am really excited to talk to you about all of the things that are on the docket for today, and believe it or not, what MSC is doing, charting in the new courses I'm going to tell you about, really is going to impact, I believe, in the long run, all of the other cruise lines that we like to sail on and what they choose to do. So let's start off though talking really quickly about an itinerary change. It is an itinerary change that is so big that they're actually calling it a voyage redeployment. Alrighty, so the Sun Princess is going to set sail on March 5th of 2026, and there are different lengths of sailings associated with that Transatlantic, but the one that was originally 20 days is now going to be 25 days, and instead of ending in Rome, it is going to end in Athens. And so let me tell you what the notice says from Princess. It says, please be advised that due to changes in our deployment program, the length of the 20-day Western Mediterranean Grand Adventure voyage has been changed. It will be 3 days, not 5 days. It will be 3 days longer. So instead of ending on March 20th of 2026, it's going to end on March 23rd of 2026 in Athens, like I said. And so if you are already booked on that cruise, you know what? Lucky you are just going to get to stay on the ship 3 days longer, and you're going to end in Athens rather than Rome. I love Rome and I love Athens, so to me, I would be happy to end in either one of them. I've visited them both extensively, and I can't think of a better place to be than Rome or Athens, quite frankly. There are other places that I just love, but those are pretty high on my list. So if you have not visited Rome or Athens yet, consider putting it on your bucket list, okay? The next note that I have got for you is if you are going to be, and this would be for my people, well, first of all, this would be for guests who are going to embark on this cruise. So the April 12th sailing of the Sun Princess from the port there, Civitavecchia, that's the port that is by Rome there in Italy. They are expecting to have a planned rail strike, and it is being called by the rail workers there in Italy. And so it's going to be impacting travel on trains for April 11th and 12th. So that would be this Friday and this Saturday. And so with the ship departing on Saturday, sometimes people like to take the trains down to get on the ship. If you take the train down to Civitavecchia to get to board the ship, if you go the day of the cruise, they have a train station there where they take you, and then you get a bus to take you over to the ship, just so that you know how that works. The train doesn't pull right up to the ship. But anyway, the strike may affect long distance and regional trains from Rome down to Civitavecchia, and they strongly suggest you confirm your transportation plans before departing. The disruption to train travel may cause traffic congestion and delays, and we recommend that guests allow extra time for travel. So if you happen to be departing on that voyage or another voyage from that port on the 11th or 12th, you're going to want to make sure that you know what you're doing as far as putting in a lot of extra time. If you're taking a taxi down, you're going to want to allow extra time in case there is extra congestion, because those trains carry a lot of people. And if they end up having to find another mode of transportation, that will greatly increase the number of vehicles on the road. So let me know if you're going on that cruise, though. I am so excited. I'm really excited to hear how this cruise season shapes up in Europe and in Alaska, all over the world. It is always so exciting to me. So let's talk about Alaska for a minute. because this is a big deal. So a couple of years ago, I remember telling you about it. Norwegian Cruise Line donated some land to the Juno Totem Project there in Juneau. And we have seen Juneau come and go in the news a lot with some people in the town, some residents there. They want to really limit the number of cruise ships that come in to port on a certain day. They had a plan that they maybe wouldn't allow any cruise ships to come on Saturday. Everyone in that jurisdiction voted on it, and it did not pass. So cruise ships are still going to be going to Juneau on Saturdays, but they have limited to 5 the number of cruise ships that can be in the port at the same time. And so the planning council there in Juneau has just passed a project that will allow them to take that land that Norwegian had given to the Juno Totem Project, and they gave them that land with a stipulation that they would build a cruise pier there and then give Norwegian preferential treatment to use that pier. And so now that they're going to be able to move forward with that project, they have 3 phases to it. And there's a couple of stipulations that go with them passing and allowing them to build that extra cruise. So this will be the 5th cruise pier there in Juneau. And so part of what you have to do is they are going to have to stick with the current rule that they can only have a ship that will allow up to 4,400 passengers on board at double occupancy. So if ships, some of these bigger ships that, hold 6,000 guests or anything, they're not going to be able to come there. Another thing that they're going to be doing is developing this in phases. So it'll be kind of fun to see when we visit Juneau how this shapes up. So the first phase, they are going to go ahead and put in the construction of the dock and underground parking areas so that it will help with congestion. They're going to add retail space, a welcome center, and they are expecting that to be done by next year, by summer of 2026, ready for the season in 2026. The next thing that they're going to do, phase 2, they're going to add more retail space and an upper level plaza that is supposed to open in 2 years by the 2027 season. And then they don't have a date for the 3rd phase, which is supposed to include Indigenous Knowledge Center, Science and Cultural Learning Center, and then just kind of pull it all together. So I am really excited to see how this shapes up, and I am also really excited to see how people work together who don't want the cruise ships to come quite as much, and people who do want the cruise ships to come. I do feel like there is a contingent, there's good and bad on both sides, right? I understand there's a lot of people that need that revenue to live and be able to stay living there. I understand some people don't want so many people coming, and so I hope they work together happily just to have a happy medium there. As I've read about them having the limit on the number of ships in port per day and limiting that size of them, hopefully everything will go smoothly. So let me know what you think in the comments, and let me know if you're going to Alaska this year. I was thinking that I need to do an updated packing video. The one that I did when I first started our channel back in 2021, I stand by firmly. That was really good advice, but I'm going to update it for 2026, so keep an eye out for that. Okay, so here is something we need to talk about together, because I think in the long run, this is going to impact way more than just MSC. So first of all, today was the day that MSC World America is docked there in Miami. She's going to start her official sailings on Saturday, April 12th. Until then, they're going to have another sailing going just with travel agents and press, people like that on board. They're going to have the naming ceremony before that. So a lot to get done. But today, they had the Today Show on board. And I had an appointment, so I couldn't watch TV right then. But Gordon watched it for us and has given me a really good rundown of what they showed. So first of all, he said they had clips in of them trying out the roller coaster. They were on the bridge for a few minutes. They tried some bumper cars. And then, of course, they had them kind of sitting there like they always do, had their captain hats on, trying beverages. They had some people trying some of the food, just trying to get a feel for the vibe. You might recall that I told you how they're on the MSC World America on their transit over. They actually broke one of the records in the Guinness Book of World Records. And so they had those Legos there and showed that a little bit. So it sounded like it was a really fun way to introduce this ship to the whole wide world. If you've been around here following along with me, they had a Super Bowl ad during the Super Bowl this year. They have really gone out of their way to really build up the hype and let the world know about this fancy World America ship. And as they have done this, invited the Today Show on, and all of these things that they have done, truly, MSC has charted a new course in introducing a ship to the whole world. And hats off to them. I think it's wonderful. If you follow along the trajectory of MSC Cruise Line, they have been in Europe for a long time, and they are trying to get a really good stronghold here in the United States of America, and I think it's actually thrilling. It's fun to hear people that go on MSC. Some people love it, some people think it's fine, some people are not going to do that again. So I do need to get on MSC soon, and I'll tell you when I do. But in the meantime, as I was looking at everything here with what MSC is doing to introduce that beautiful New World America to the world, I came across where 4 different cruise CEOs, they were from Carnival, and let's see, we've got Carnival, Norwegian, MSC, and who's the other one? Oh, Royal Caribbean Group. So those 4 CEOs got together and talked about the cruise industry. So I'm going to tell you about that a little bit another day. But today I want to tell you what the MSC CEO said, because I feel like it's really important and it gives context to what's going on with the World America. So first of all, he said that MSC clearly has made great inroads in the market there in Europe. He even pointed out that the value for the money is there, and they have had to raise their price a little bit, and the market there in Europe has responded well to some of the price increases that they have had to put forward. In addition to that, he said that the industry right now is very well segmented, which we know, between like your luxury ships and your mass market ships. Mass market are what you see with Princess, Royal Caribbean, Celebrity, Norwegian, Royal Caribbean, all of those cruise lines, but and MSC along with that, the plain MSC ships. But he said that going forward, he is thinking that a lot of these cruise lines are going to end up introducing some smaller ships, because they are going to be needing to open new ports to visit, and not all of the huge ships are going to be able to expand the number of different places that they're able to visit. I thought that that was really huge. He officially said, he says, going forward, the contemporary market may see smaller ships in order to open more deployment options. They could also be positioned in the premium market. So it's going to be really fun to see. Now, if you know MSC well, you know they have Explora. Explora Journeys is their cruise line that's actually a step up. Need to try them as well. But when you look at what they offer for that very much a luxury experience, the price point is amazing. So MSC really has clearly a lot that they have planned. They are clearly looking forward. They're not just building bigger ships. They are really paying attention to what they are doing in each individual market where their ships are going to visit, and clearly have a vision for how they're going to go forward. Makes me so excited. And I know that as they visit with the other CEOs and other people and they watch what they do, it is going to impact cruising overall. And so I'm excited to see that happen. So in the comments, let me know what you think about all this. Have you tried MSC? Does watching the Today Show make you want to watch it? You can find footage of it on YouTube, I noticed. And let me know what you think. This is also excited. And let me know, like I said, if you're going to Alaska, what questions you've got and what you're looking forward to most in Alaska. Thanks so much. I'll be talking to you all again really soon. You all take really good care. God bless you. Love you. Bye-bye.